So today we were back at our favorite cafe, 012 Cafe, and we wanted to do our Boracay budget. We've been back a couple of weeks now from Boracay. Had a great trip. Lot of fun. We want to do a budget video with what we spent while we were there a week. So we come up here to our cafe that we like to have some lunch. Say hey, Storm. Hi.
Hi. Thank you.
Here we go. We have some beverages coming here. Hi, Mama.
Hi. Just here.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Let's try some of this coffee here. What did you get, Mama? You got the sea salt chocolate iced coffee, and that's her favorite. And I got, what did I get this time? Oh, butterscotch. I got the butterscotch. Let's try this. It's good. I love butterscotch. But we're going to give you guys a little budget of what we spent on our week in Boracay. Starts watching his favorite YouTube show, Hop Hop Peck Peck.
Stop it! Stop it!
Okay, so you watch your Hop Hop Peck Peck.
No, kasi hindi ko kasalanan yung kwarto talaga. What were you saying?
And we got some food coming here too, so we'll show you guys some of that too as we do our budget video. So let's first start off with airfare. Now we got our airfare about a month in advance, so the prices may have been a little bit down, but they stay pretty much the same, what I've seen for most of the time anyway. So our airfare that we left from Manila, and that flies straight into Catacan, which is the island right there near Boracay. Then you go over on a boat to Boracay. But our airfare was 10,616 pesos, and that was for the three of us, which in dollar amount is 197 US dollars. So we took Air Asia, was the plane we flew on, and I have my glasses on here because I have things written down so I can see it. Next would be for our lodging. Now we stayed in a Airbnb. As we went on Airbnb and checked different lodgings. I also looked at some resorts and some hotels, but we wanted to get a place where we could cook and have a kitchen, things like that. So we went the Airbnb route. And our Airbnb for the 7 days was 20,142 pesos, which comes out to 373 US dollars for the whole week. And that was tax and everything. So we thought that was a pretty good deal. Especially when you consider going to places in America. If you were going anywhere for a Airbnb for a whole week, even to places, say, around my area where I'm from, North Carolina. I'm used to go down to Myrtle Beach a lot. So I guarantee you cannot go to Myrtle Beach and stay a whole week for $373 US. No way. Most places it would cost you for one night would be that. You may can get some for $200 or $250 US, but it's going to cost you way more than $373 US for a whole week. The Airbnb we stayed at was Boracay New Coast, which is at the, I guess the northern end of the island. And it's a great area. There's several different condominiums there that you can stay at, like A, B, C, and D. There's a hotel up their way. There's restaurants, private beach that you can go to. It's up there near what we call it, the hole in the hole rock, or the keyhole rock that you see some of that on the video. So we just got our food here. We got some lasagna. We're gonna have some lasagna here and some blueberry cheesecake and some, what's that cake there? Dulce de leche?
Yeah.
Cake. So yeah. Looks good. So we're gonna try this food here, and while we're doing this budget. Boracay and New Coast also have some free public transportation to Robinson's Mall several times a day, where you can go shopping and then they'll catch another shuttle back. So you can use that while you're there as well. Next on our list would be transportation. Now this transportation is going to include every transportation that we took to get from our house here in Manila area to Boracay. And that's going to consist of some tricycles, some vans, train, and hop-on, hop-off bus, which they have in Boracay. Everything except for the airfare there. This transportation included a tricycle that we left from our house in the morning to get to where we catch a van, and that takes us to where the MRT, the train is. We catch a train there, and then took that to the end of the line there, and then we took a Grab over to the airport. So it includes all that. And then we used what they call a hop-on, hop-off bus. And you can get a card. It's good for a year. And then you just put, they're only putting load on it. But you have like a daily fee that you can use, which is 500 pesos per person. Except for Storm, it didn't cost him anything. It was like kids 5 and under are free, so that's a good deal there if you have kids.
250.
What was it? 250 per person or 500? It's 500
per person, my love, for 2 days. Per person. 2 days.
2 days.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
180.
Yeah, but it's five for both of us. 500 pesos per day. Yeah, so 500 pesos per day, and you can ride it as much as you want all over the island. So we use the hop-on, hop-off bus mostly, almost every day that we was there, except for a few that we knew we weren't going to be going anywhere, but just staying around the Airbnb and the beach there. So that's not a bad deal for 2 people, as much as you want, especially if you're going to do land tours to go see places. You're going to be, you can't pay per ride, which is 50 pesos per person per ride. So if you go somewhere and back, it's going to be 100 pesos. 2 of you, 200 pesos just to go to one place and back. So that's why we got the daily pass for both of us, so we can go as much as we wanted. Because there was most days that we went several places. So our transportation, all those costs were 4,671 pesos, which is a total of $86.50. Now that may sound like a lot, but for a week, if you was to rent, say, a motorbike, and the 2 of you rode on, which in our case we have a kid, we don't want to ride Storm on a motorbike. Not just that yet, anyway. So it's probably in Boracay. I think it's like $20 per day, probably just to rent a motorbike. So that's not bad. Of course, that considered our from the house back to the house. Are you excited? Are you excited?
That's the perks of being a baby. That's the perks of being a baby. Say, that's the perk of being a baby, Daddy. See, that's the perks
okay.
of being a baby.
We can cut that out.
No.
Or maybe we'll leave it.
So excited, love.
Next on our list of budget for our Boracay costs were groceries. We stayed in an Airbnb, so we had a place where we could cook, and most of our meals we ate there. Which is a lot more cost effective than trying to go out 3 times a day with a little one and find something to eat every day that everybody likes. We did eat out some, but most of our meals were ate there at the Airbnb, which Margot, she's a great cook, so it's like being at home, really. So our groceries we got when we first got there, and we just took a trip over to Robinson's, and the groceries came out to 6,210 pesos, which is $115 for the week. And that bought our meats, it bought our water, it bought our coffees, it bought everything that you might want at home, snacks. What else did it buy? Oh, a few toiletries too. So that's not bad. $115 for the week is what we spent. And then in addition to that, eating out, which we ate out the first night we were there at a restaurant right near where we stayed, which was good. And food was good too. There was a lot of Filipino food, but it was really, really good, and a lot. They gave you a lot. And you see that on the video. It was good, really good food. Yeah, most of our eating out cost was at one place, and that was at Halomango, which we went 3 times while we were there, and because we loved it so much. The mango ice cream and the buku shakes were so good and refreshing, which is right there at the beach. So we went there. So our eating out cost for the week was 3,780 pesos, which comes out to $70 US. Activities. Really, the activities that we only did that we actually paid for, most of our activities were going to the beach, going to the swimming pool, a little bit of snorkeling, sightseeing. Most of that didn't cost us anything, just our transportation there. So the only activities we did go on to, which was a sunset cruise. We went on a sunset cruise. The only day we didn't have a sunset. It was the only day it rained. We had booked it. It had some rain early that morning, and we were out. Cleared off some. By the time we got to the boat for the activity, it was kind of up in the air whether we'd have a sunset or not. And then it did rain a little bit. So it was like a sunset cruise. Called it like a party cruise, but we were with Storm, and actually they did give us an upgrade. We would have been on a smaller boat, but they upgraded us. I don't know why. I guess because Storm, but they upgraded us, and it was nice. It was nice. We didn't get to see a sunset because it was cloudy, and then it started raining at the end. But it was a nice cruise. But we paid 1,296 pesos for that. For the 2 of us, Storm was free, which is roughly $24, and it was about a 4-hour cruise in the evening. Which it was nice, but it would have been really nice if we'd have got to see a sunset. And then our next on our budget is souvenirs. We did buy some souvenirs while we were there. Some t-shirts and some bags, and Storm a little outfit. Oh, actually, here's one of them right here, Boracay bag. Nice bag Margot got. Pretty, and that's how it looks too. But that was one of the souvenirs that we got there. But our souvenirs, we spent 1,512 pesos, which is roughly 28 bucks. Now all this was figured on 55 pesos to the dollar, which that's what it was when our time there. Actually today, I think we were up to 56 pesos to the dollar. But the day we went was almost, it was like 54 points, almost 55 pesos. I figured it on 55 pesos to the dollar. So our total for 1 week in Boracay, our total was 49,329 pesos. And that is roughly $913.50 US dollars, which and that was for the whole week. That included everything that I told you: airfare, lodging, fees, transportation, groceries, eating out, activities, and souvenirs. 913 US dollars. So not bad. You can't go anywhere in America for a whole week and not spend way more than that. And I know that for a fact. But it was fun. Boracay is beautiful. Anybody who hasn't went, if you get a chance, you should go. Yes, you're going to hear it's very touristy and crowded at some time, but I didn't think it was all that crowded. Maybe it's the time we went. But it is touristy, but you can get away from that. There's so many beaches that you can see, and they're all different. You have the East Coast and you have the West Coast, so you get to see two different parts of the island. You get to see your sunrises, you get to see your sunsets. Some of your beaches are very, very sandy, just white, beautiful white beaches. Some of them are rocky. So you get a different beach setting anywhere you can go. Someone's practicing their ABCs. So that was our cost of our trip to Boracay for 1 week, and we had a great time. Hope you guys, if you ever get a chance to go, you'll really enjoy it. It was very, very beautiful. So we're going to finish up the rest of our desserts here in our favorite cafe, O12 Cafe. If you ever get a chance to get to Santo Niño and you want a good cafe to go to with good coffee, some good food, stop in at O12 Cafe and tell them Kano and Kanoy said hello. You'll enjoy it. It's good food and a nice atmosphere too. So that does it for our Boracay budget, and we'll see you soon.